Hello. I'm not sure yet if anybody is on or watching. I've just put my kids to bed, so it's kind of like that frantic before bedtime. Try and get them quiet. Make sure that they're asleep or at least reading, and then I can kind of come and do some work. So yeah, I thought that if any of you pop on, just come and say hi. Write any comments in the comments, and I'll try and answer any questions. I'm going to just explain a little bit about kind of how and why I got into doing my Arbonne business, and common questions that I get asked quite a lot. So hopefully this will be kind of useful to people who might be either thinking about the business or have no clue about what this business is all about. So for me, I started this business 2 years ago, and I was approached by a friend of mine who I used to work with, and I worked with her back in my kind of sales day, and she spoke to me about a business opportunity. And I suppose my first initial thoughts were, I don't know anything about like products or skincare or makeup or anything like that, so I was a little bit concerned as to how would I do this business. So that was my first initial thought, was, do I really want to go and meet this person and chat to her about a skincare company? And the answer was yes, I did. Hi Faye, hey. Hi Lucy. So I got approached by my old work colleague. I just recently sold a business, so I was kind of in my headspace. I'm very much open to opportunities. I also run another business, which I still run to this day. And thanks, Lulu. And so yeah, I was always open. I don't like the word entrepreneur, because I'm not really an entrepreneur. I think I just give things a go, and I'm willing to take a risk. And so why do I do this business is like the $1 million question. You know, why does anyone do anything? And for me, having a why is what makes you work. Whether that be that you're in a job right now, or whether it be that you're interested in starting a business, there's always got to be a reason why you do it. And so for me, I really enjoy work, not being like someone else's employee. I like to be the boss. I like to have my own time schedule. If I want to go and meet some friends for coffee, I go meet them for coffee. If I want to go to the gym, I go to the gym. I can drop my kids off at school, and so there's no way I could go back to an office now. So for me, having my own business just fits in really nicely. Hey Laura, fits in really nicely with my lifestyle. I also really enjoy the fact that I've got a massive team of really feisty, driven women who are all part of my business, who I'm helping them to grow their own kind of online franchise. That's how I like to describe it. A global online franchise as well. So within our business, we've got teams in Australia, New Zealand and Poland. So we're kind of, we're not just stuck in the UK. I also have a massive interest about the environment. So I used to be like a really big kind of meat eater and didn't really think too much about the environment, and just over the years I've learned and educated myself on what I consider to be kind of good for the environment and good for ourselves. And so that's another reason why I kind of do this business. So if I'm going to tell you a little few things about the company itself, it's a 37-year-old company, so it's got loads of longevity. We have a green ethos, unlike any other company that I'm aware of, and that fits in really nicely with me. So we're a vegan brand. We are constantly reinventing formulations to check that they sit nicely within the kind of what I would consider to be nasties and non-nasties. We're in the non-nasties category in terms of ingredients. We use products that you and I use every single day. So our product line is literally something that every single person who watches this call, or every single person who lives and breathes, will have a product that we do. We're internet based, so for me, again, another big interest was that I wanted an online business. So we're internet driven, and we're also in the health and wellness industry, which if you didn't realise that the health and wellness industry is booming, then I don't know where you've been. You must be hiding under a rock, because it literally is just absolutely insane. And I love that. I love the fact that more and more people are getting into health and wellness, and it's become a lifestyle and priority to people, which is amazing. So, Arbonne is a network marketing company, which is also known as social marketing. So I had no clue what network marketing was, and I never even really heard of it. I thought network marketing just meant that it was like something to do with marketing and, I guessed, networking. So in a nutshell, we produce products that go to market via consultants like myself. So we're not sold in shops. And I like to see it as a little bit like a referral system. I refer people to my products, and every time that they purchase anything and repurchase, then I get a commission check. I get commission for that. So that's kind of network marketing in a nutshell. You cut out the middleman. So all the price points that are used. So if you just take a mascara, for example, that goes to market, has to go through loads of different stages before it reaches the consumer. And the consumer pays for all those stages. So advertising costs, PR costs, sales floor costs, retailing space. So all of that is factored into the price. So that's all taken out with network marketing, and we basically just produce the products, and it goes directly from the manufacturer to the consumer. So, right, common questions that I get asked, and I'd say that every time I do any kind of presentation about the company, these same questions come up. So I thought I'd address them because it's something that you might find useful. So, the biggest one, do I have time for this? That's something that I get asked all the time. How do you have time for this? I don't have any time for this. And of course, in an ideal life, we would all want more time. And that is another reason why I'm doing this business, because I want to create time freedom for my family. So when people say, do I have enough time for this? I kind of sit there and I think, well, okay, let's just knuckle it down. How much TV do you watch? And I'm not saying to everyone, I'm not the TV police, right? I'm not saying you can't watch TV, but if you just work out during your day or week how much TV you watch, if you just reduce that by an hour a day, you'd probably find that actually you gain about 6 hours in a week. You might even gain more. So one thing that I also for me, what works really well is I have time for this because I make time for it, but I also have time for this because I'm just savvy, I suppose, with the materials that I use. So, for example, I plug in on my school run, I listen to an audio that might be a training that is going to help my business, or I do phone calls when I'm in my car. I'm not breaking the law. I have one of those, squawky speaker things where everyone comes out of the radio, and I make my phone calls when I'm in the car. I've got team members who work this around a really full-on full-time job, and they commute to London, and when they're on the train they are plugging into trainings, they're emailing clients, or they're emailing potential people that might be interested in the business, and they are creating that time for themselves by just being clever with their time that they've got. So in a nutshell, switch off some TV, or create an extra 10 minutes every hour, and you'll find you've suddenly got another couple of hours in the day. We faff around, I fanny around on the internet all the time. If I just take that out, then suddenly I've got an extra 2 hours in a week. So time is something that I think that you can be savvy with, and also by working really, really hard now. And don't get me wrong, I do work hard. This isn't like just, really easy, it just happens. I work hard, and hopefully that is going to create, well, it already is creating kind of an abundance of more time and freedom. Another common question I get asked is that I don't know enough people. And when I always go back to when I first heard about this business, is I heard about these people who were, super successful. And I just kept thinking, well, if they can do it, why can't I do it? Do they know, like a million people? The answer is no, they don't. Basically, everybody knows, a handful of people and a handful more. And, it depends how sociable you are, and it depends what kind of person you are as to how many kind of friends you hang out with. But generally, we all have a network of people that we know. And sorry, someone's asked a question. Lucy, I will answer that one next. That's a really good question, so thank you. So I just kept going back to, how come all these people who are really successful, do they know millions of people? And the answer is no, they don't. But we meet people on a daily basis. And if I look at my team, I've got 43 people, consultants in my business. I don't know them all. Some of them have been introduced by people that I've introduced. But out of those 43 people, out of the ones that are direct to me, I probably know 18 of them, roughly. I'm just plucking that figure out. And out of those 18, I actually probably only knew 5 or 6 before I even did this business. So there is huge opportunity. You meet people all the time. If you think about when you go to the gym, you meet people at the gym. If you think about when you're in a restaurant and you speak to a waitress and she's, she gives you really good service, you can make friends with people. People of a slightly younger generation to me, millennials, they hook up with people all the time. I don't mean hook up. They just connect with people all the time on like Instagram or Facebook. And so, there are a lot of people in this world. So unless you're kind of hiding under a rock, you can meet people all the time. So a question that's come up, what would you say when people say they don't know enough about skincare? Which absolutely was me. Like literally, I'm the type of girl, or was the type of girl, who slept in her makeup and then just reapplied it the next morning. And half of it was on my pillow, but it didn't matter. I knew nothing about skincare. I literally knew nothing about skincare. I'd been using quite an expensive French brand, but my skin wasn't very good. I was just doing because my mum told me to use a moisturiser, and that's literally it. So I have learned such a huge amount. And I went to university, I'll be really honest, I went to university and I got a 3rd, which, people laugh at. It's not a very good degree. And at uni, I was taught all kinds of things for running a business, all kinds of things. And yes, I've taken them and I've kind of run with it and I've incorporated it into my business world. But actually, learning about something that I'm really passionate about was very easy. But it's really simple. There's just like a list of ingredients that are good and there's a list of ingredients that are bad. And that's pretty much where you kind of your starting point. Find out what's not very good for you, find out what's good for you, and the rest is history. I also think just being like a product of the product and experiencing everything yourself, you can learn about different types of features and benefits of products. So everything is learnable. Another really good thing about this business, I didn't want to reinvent the wheel. I just actually wanted a business in a box where people would just tell me, this is how you do it. If you do it this way, you're going to be successful. And so for me, that was like a massive, massive bonus. I didn't have to get a degree in marketing or, it wasn't necessary. People often say to me as well, oh, I'm not into sales. And okay, I'll be really honest with you. I did come from a sales background. So to say I'm not very good at sales is just a lie, because I did it for like 3 years, 4 years, so I can sell. But I really, I was selling ad space for a financial newspaper, boring. It's just like, it's just a different league. This isn't, to me, this isn't selling. This to me is all about kind of educating people. I'm not in this for a sale. I don't see it as a sale. I genuinely want to introduce people to a product. If they like it, brilliant. If they don't, that's okay by me. I'm still going to like them. Also, I kind of generally tend to ask people, I'm not trying to sell or push any product onto them, but they're already spending money on a product. You can guarantee that people, if they don't wear makeup, fine. If they don't use skincare, fine. They're probably going to wash their hair. Hopefully they're going to brush their teeth. So actually, there is products for absolutely every type of person. You don't have to be like, glitz and glamour to be a product person. You just have to take good care of your skin or wash. And I don't know, did you know that your skin is your biggest organ? So that's something for me was like a real learning curve, because people spend loads of time, me included, going through ingredients on the back of like, all these kind of foods in supermarkets, checking that they didn't have X, Y, Z in them. But what I didn't realise is what you put on your skin goes into your blood within about a minute. So if you're really conscious about what you're putting on your skin, what you're putting in your body, you need to be conscious about what you're putting on your body. Okay, another question that I have got is, what is the simplicity of the business? Like, how does it work? And I suppose the easiest way to describe this is, first of all, we're consumable products. So what I mean by consumable products is, let's take my shampoo and conditioner, for example. I use my shampoo and conditioner. When it runs out, I reorder shampoo and conditioner, which is what most, like 99.9% of people do. Generally, when a product runs out, they'll reorder. You know, I know friends of mine who would rather eat baked beans on toast than not have a mascara. So it's like, you know, some of these are essential to you, some of them aren't so essential, but they're generally what people use. So so first of all, we're consumable products. So what I did was, someone asked me the question, how many products do you use a day? And like, I'll put that out there. How many products do you use a day? And be really honest with yourself. And this is from everything to, like, you wake up, you go into the shower. I get in the shower and I wash my hair and I use a shampoo and conditioner. That's 2. I then use a shower gel. That's 3. I then get out, I dry myself, I use deodorant. That's 4. I might put a body moisturiser on. That's 5. I'll then put a face moisturiser on, maybe a serum, depends. I will then put a primer on. I'll then maybe put on a tinted moisturiser or just a moisturiser. I'm then going to put on a mascara. Now, I'm already on 11 products and I haven't even like got dressed. So when I thought about how many products I was actually using already, and I was giving money to Paul Mitchell, I was giving money to Estee Lauder, I was giving money to Boots, to, you know, all these different corporations and brands and companies. All I've done is just redirect my spend so that I'm giving that money to my own business. And by doing that, I'm actually getting super premium products that I really, really, really like, really enjoy, care for, love the ethos of the company, sits really nicely with the fact that I'm a vegan and they're vegan products. So all these things tick nicely. They tick my box. So I've redirected my spend into that, and then I've literally just shared that, and I've taught other people to do the same. So I've shared that with clients, so I've let them try the products. If they like them, they order from me, and I've shared that business opportunity with other people who want to do the business. So I kind of say, like, it's like, stop spending where you're already spending, redirect and share that. So that's the simplicity of it. If I go back to that whole business in a box, it's like, I was told and showed how to do this. It wasn't rocket science. It was just like, if you want to be successful, there's ways to do it, and these are some of them. And so that's it in a nutshell. And then the other question that I wanted to just talk about, which is just about how my business has grown, and this is totally personal to me, and everybody's journey is very different with this company. But I've been doing this 2 years, and I thought, if I take like February, which is genuinely a quiet month. So in 2016, I had a team of 2. So it was me and one other person working the business. And in February 2017, and my turnover in 2016 was $1,800. And in February 2017, my turnover was $21,000. And I had around about 27 to 30 people in my team. So in a year, I can't do the maths on that, but it's grown quite a lot. And if I look at the girl who introduced me, who's a really good friend of mine, she's been doing the business nearly 4 years, and she is coming to the top level of the company. So I'm at the 2nd level, looking to go to the 3rd. She's at the 4th, looking to go to the 4th. So there's only 4 levels, so it's really simple. It's not like you have to learn loads of different, you know, complicated compensation plans. There's 4 levels of management, and I'm at the 2nd, going to the 3rd. So yeah, my business has grown, and that is totally down to the compound effect. So there are people in my business that I have not really even met yet. I've met virtually, but I haven't met them face to face. And I'm getting paid commission every time that they purchase shampoo and conditioner for them, for their families, and also whenever they make a sale. Okay, so one other question. Do people need to sell sell all products, or can they just focus on one area? That's a really good question. Absolutely, you can focus on whatever area you want. So, for example, you might have a makeup artist who joins the business who is solely interested in makeup, but will probably dip into the skincare because it's a natural fit to have, like, you know, to have basically, if you've got good skin, then makeup works better. If you've got bad skin, then, you know, it's a harder job. So I'm sure a makeup artist would be very much part of the skincare and makeup. But you might have a nutritionist who is not interested, or a personal trainer who's not interested in makeup or skincare and just solely focuses on nutrition. Something that I learned, we've just been in Vegas on a work conference, which was unbelievable. Hi, Jude. We've just been in Vegas, and something that we learned there was that actually the consultants who focus on nutrition and skincare are the ones making the most commission. So that's just from a kind of on a being paid point of view. Then focusing on nutrition and skincare is a better option for you as a consultant. But from a point of view that you might just want to focus on nutrition and not worry about the skincare and makeup, absolutely. There's people in America who've got to the top level of the company who just focus on nutrition. And the great thing with nutrition is that we have something called auto ship, which is where you can set to have your delivery redelivered every 30 or 60 days. So you don't even really need to worry about it. You place the order, you put in your card details, your protein powder runs out, or your you know, your vitamins run out after 30 days, you've got a new one that comes. So it's like, it's really simple and kind of takes the hassle out of, you know, if I think, yeah, it's not the same, but if I think about, I've got a dog and I'm always running out of dog food way too late. In other words, I go to get her a scoop and I've run out, and it's like, oh God, if only. And because she's got like this crazy funny diet, you know, I can't just go to Tesco's and go and get her dog food. So my point being is just that it's made really simple. You can just go on to auto ship and everything is done for you. So yeah. So that is my questions. I hope I've covered off like enough for you. Please leave any comments, and I am totally happy to do more of these if you just send me the questions, and I'd love to hear what you thought. So thank you for watching and enjoy. Have a nice evening. Bye.